In this tutorial, we will show you how you can automatically set approvers from an Insight Object's custom field selection using Insight Management and Jira Automation. This is the Insight Object schema that we will be using. In the team object, we have some attributes and a user picker field for the team lead. The team lead is the user who will be approving the requests. In our use case, when the request has the team selected, we will automatically set the approvers to the team lead. Before we start, make sure that you have an Insight Object custom field that holds the team's object. Ensure you have the proper schema selected and the proper filter scope, in this case the team object type. Ensure that you keep the custom field ID number as we will be using it for our automation. Let's go ahead and create a request from the reporter's point of view. We will choose the purchases over $100 request as it requires an approval. Start populating the fields. In the Team Custom field, let's select Architecture. Click on Send. The ticket has now been created. As you can see, the ticket is in awaiting approval status. In the comments, you can see that the ticket requires an approval. Now let's switch to the Approvers account. Go to your requests and select My Approvals. Open the ticket that was just created. As you can see, you are prompted with the Approve or Decline options. Let's approve the request. As you can see, the ticket has transitioned to the next status and it's in the Waiting for Support status. You can also see who the approver was and all the history of all the activities. Let's switch back to the reporter's view. You will see the same information. Before we proceed with the automation rule, it is important to understand how the data is populated in the ticket. Let's take a look at the ticket that was just created. As you can see, the team field is set to Architecture. You can also see that the Approvers fields was set to the team leader of the Architecture's object. Let's take a look at the ticket's JSON information. Let's enter the ticket ID that was just created. Now, let's search for the custom field that contains the team object. You can see that it has been set with the ID 77. This is the ID number of the object. Let's go to the Insight database. As you can see, the ID for the Architecture object is 77. Let's also search for the Approvers field. If you look in the Account ID entry, you can see the information is populated with the user's account ID. The account ID will be taken from the team leader user's attribute from the team's object. Let's review the automation rule that was executed. For the trigger, we use the IssueCreated trigger. For the condition, we use the issue field's condition. And we set the request type field equals to purchases over $100. The key of this automation rule is the action, which is to edit the ticket. In order to set this value, you will have to use the advanced editing options. You will find a link on how to use the advanced field editing in the description. We will set the Approvers field account ID with the Insight custom field that holds the team's object. In order to access the team leader attribute, you will have to use the custom field with the period and the name of the attribute. In this case, the custom field 10,507. For the attribute, enter team leader. We recommend that you use the custom field IDs instead of names, as custom field names could change and it will break your rule. And that's how you can set automatic approvers from an Insight Object's custom field. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you would like to be notified of new Jira tutorials.